Hello, my friends. How are you doing? Thanks for joining my live stream. Again from my hotel room. Oh, the air conditioner is still on. Can you hear it? I think it's okay. I think you can't hear the air conditioner, right? Hi, everybody. Please state where you're from. When you say hi, that's always interesting to me. Hi, Lei. Hi, Cho. Hi, Mo. Is it Mo or MD? It's Ali. Okay. Hi, Ali. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Okay, so we have some interesting topics today. I'm going to do a little edit, of course, live edit. And then we're going to do the review for this week's challenge, which the topic was path. I should still open that up on Facebook. Let me do that real quick. And this time I also selected the pictures before the stream. I have already tested it a little bit, so we have an easier progression. Let's see. Let me quickly open here. There's already the good. Okay, wow, we have some entries. Not too many entries. I think I posted it a little bit late again. But yeah, we can. Wow, my picture seems a little bit bright here, at least in the preview. It looks good here in my preview on the screen, and then maybe when I bend forwards. Yes, that's the problem. I need to stay backward. Okay, right. How are you doing? I'm hoping you're having a good time. And summer has already started for you. It's, after all, almost the end of June. And by the way, I'm going to be back in Vienna in less than a week. Next Friday is my flight home. So next Friday, actually, I'm going to be in Vienna again. The flight is going to be pretty early. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Whew. All right. What else? Of course, I'm still in Bangkok. So yeah, it was super, super hot today. The days before it was overcast, but today was just sunshine. Then it rained at the start of the night. So yeah. By the way, in case you're wondering why there are no vlog videos at the moment, like why is there such a big gap, I was thinking about that maybe I should wait until I'm back home. Maybe I'm editing one of the videos, like uploading one of the videos tomorrow that is almost finished, and then the rest I will simply cut at home, because it takes so much time. Especially because I'm filming with a 360 camera, that means I have to reframe all of the shots, and that takes hours. So cutting a video that is about 10 minutes long takes about 4 hours. Like reframing the shots, selecting music, also cutting everything, it takes forever. It's just such a slow process. From India. Hi, Ali from India. Thanks. Which country you are? I'm from Germany originally, and right now I'm in Thailand, and I'm living in Austria. So multiple different places that yeah, I'm in or from basically right now. Oh, there we go. A little bit of coffee. We can start with the edit maybe, and then talk a little bit more. I can look at the comments at the same time. Let me switch over here real quick. Work live. There we go. So you can see also my software and everything, because I only have one screen on my laptop. All right. Let's get started here. So I have selected, first of all, let's start with a format. I have to save a 4:3 format for Instagram. I didn't set this up here, but we can do this on our own, no problem. Let's rotate this and then crop this, and then maybe resize the document, maybe 2000 for the width. It's a little bit large, but that's okay, I think. Okay, so the topic is path, as you know, from the challenge. I will show you the challenge real quick. So this was the challenge for this week. Create a composite, photo composite with the topic path in it. Any kind of thing you see as a path, right? As a story. All right, so I have selected, let's place some stuff here. So I have selected this image here with the tree. And I need to make this tree a little bit bigger. So let's zoom in here a little bit like so. You can enlarge files a little bit, not too much when you work with them. Especially if they're online, it's often not as important if the file is going to be small afterwards anyways, if you know what I mean. So it's not going to be that visible. If you print, you have to look especially for a good quality, so don't enlarge the pictures too much. Also, I want to make this stem here a little bit bigger, so I'm going to rasterize this. Let's have a look here if this is okay. From the composition, maybe put this up a little bit more like so. Yeah, that looks pretty okay. Good, let's rasterize this. Maybe not trim it, maybe I want to change it later on, but what I want to do here is to go, maybe I copy this real quick, duplicate this, and then go to liquify and turn off the mesh. And then I only want to make the trunk a little bit bigger, and we have foliage in the background, so usually with foliage you can't really see much of if something has changed, right? So let's just push this out a little bit here to make the trunk a little bit wider, because I want to make a door in the trunk, right? So where somebody can walk through, and that's the idea for the path here, right? All right, there we go. That should be good enough. Let's click on apply, and you can see here, so this is the before, this is the after. Now we have a bigger trunk. And this is going to be a night shot, so I have to edit the colors of that. But first, we're going to set up all the elements that we need for the picture. Let me see if there are any kind of comments here. Hi, Michael from Poland. Thanks for joining. Really nice to see you. All right. I hope some more people are joining, because the stream today is starting 1 hour early because of the time change. So here for me, actually... No, this is, you can see here, it's midnight right now. Here the Thai time, midnight. And last time I streamed at the normal time, which is 1 a.m. And then streaming 2 hours, I'm at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, maybe 4 a.m. if the stream is longer, and that's like just too long, right? So I switched it and made it just 1 hour earlier. Okay, let's go on here with the edit and ask questions if you have them, of course, or ask me something about my trip or whatever you want, right? Oh, there we go. By the way, I can highly suggest that when you travel, use Netflix, because it's so nice to have all these Asian movies that I can watch, Asian TV shows, stuff like that right now. Of course, I think about when I come back to use a VPN or some proxy where I can then still watch Asian films, because I really like the films that they're doing. Okay, let's go on here with the editing. So the next thing is to put a gate here. So I was searching for the pictures. It went rather well, luckily enough. There we go. And because this is going to be a quick edit, I'm honestly not going to be super exact. So we can progress a little bit faster, but it's still going to be good, right? Especially for the size that we're having. What are we doing here right now? Yes, I want to select the gate here. So let's go like this. And this is, by the way, not really like it's a good kind of method, actually, to work a little bit faster, not to care too much about the details or about the exactness of everything, because you get just more things done and you get experience through the projects you do. Now, if you never finish projects, it's not good, because you lack the experience of finishing that project and see the end result and being able to look back at the end result. So I would rather suggest don't get stuck on like working forever on one piece. Just make it a little bit quicker. You can, of course, also improve on working on the details, stuff like that. But for like improving your artistic skill and the expression and the composition of the work, it's actually a good idea to work a little bit faster sometimes. There we missed a little bit. Maybe subtract that here. Can go like this. Okay, go like this. Good. Yeah, we can go like that. Okay, so let's create a mask here. Oh no, wait a second. I want to also cut the inside of the gate, because then we're gonna put another picture behind that. 1 second. Yeah, we don't have to be super precise here. Let's just go like this. All right. How did you like the recent tutorials that I did? Because, I mean, there is something on YouTube that is called the summer slump, which is when basically everybody's going outside to parties, to barbecues, and this is especially true this year because we now have the chance again to go outside. I hope in your region there are some activities that you can join, and of course then people don't have too much time to do tutorials and watch YouTube. You have some better things to do with your life, which I understand, of course. So at the same time, if you create content online, you're always worried about why are the views suddenly so low. Yeah, so I mean, there's multiple factors also. Like with the traveling, that also influences maybe the quality or the topics of my content. So that's also an interesting point to look at. And I did some videos like, for example, these suggestions about photography and such, and about social media posts that are different from the topics I usually do. So a little bit of experimenting, which is also good in the summer slump because there you have a little bit more freedom to do that. Okay, let's create a mask here. Boom. Okay, so we have now the gate, as you can see, and we can put the gate on the trunk here like this. There we go. And then of course we have here some side parts that we don't need. So I'm gonna paint that out real quick. Let's see. Is that okay? Yes. Let's give me a bigger brush here. Paint this over, and this everything is gonna look a lot better when I have all the elements together. So right now I understand it doesn't look especially like amazing. Let's look at the chat here real quick. 1 second. What is it? Michael from 4-2 versus Portuguese. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm not a football fan myself, but if you enjoy that, that's awesome. Don't spoil it for others though. Hey DV from Colorado, thanks for joining. Number something from Czech Republic. Sorry, that's a strange username. Okay, interesting. Illuminum, hi, where are you from? Please write that in the comments or in the chat. And Pavian, also interesting name. Hi, where are you from? Let me know from where you are joining. Okay, let's go on here. Next thing we are doing is we are putting in our background, which I think this one is more like this kind of ice cave. So we have a little bit of where the gate is going to, right? So let's do this next. This is a lot easier because I simply have to select here the inside like this, which strangely enough didn't work. Let's do this again. Yes, that's better. Okay. And then let's make a mask here. Boom. There we go. So that was a lot faster, as you can see. The mask is a little bit smaller than I want it to be, so that's not good. Let's do this again. 1 second. Boom. Okay, let's expand the mask here a little bit. Select grow. Looks good. Click here and boom. That's okay. Good. We're gonna add some shine to that anyways. You can see the perspective is basically good. Maybe we can pull this a little bit lower, but we are not going to see much of that anyway, so don't worry about that too much. Let's go to the next step here where we want to post here our silhouette of this guy. He's going to stand in the doorway to make it more interesting. So let's do this. Let's fill this stuff here. So we have a nice selection of him. That looks good. Let's go down here. Picked up a little bit too much. Selection brush is failing us right now. There we go, that's better. Let's reduce this. And then let's go to refine here. I need to refine this and this. And also this part here. And then the better preview is black and white, like so. You see a lot better if it has worked or not. So there's some parts near his leg that are not exactly great. Let's paint about near that a little bit more. So this is going to be improved a tiny bit. Oh, that was too much. We don't want to have a thigh gap here. There we go. Just improving this a bit to make the silhouette nicer, crisper. Let's go back here. You can also do it with a brush afterwards, so maybe that would be even quicker. But let's do it like this for the moment. Yeah, that should be good enough. Okay, there we go. So let's create a mask here. Bloop. There we go. So we have our guy. Let's shrink him down. Okay, this again has this outside part. Let's remove that real quick. 1 second. There we go. Very nice. I think we can actually rasterize him. He has a little bit of an outline, but I don't think we're going to see that. I would say let's just rasterize and trim this. So we have only the guy. For some reason, the frame is a little bit bigger than it should be. There seem to be some pixels sticking around still. Anyways, let's pull him down here. Like so. He's going to stand in our doorway, and then we're going to create a shine. So now we're going to work at the visual look of everything, bring everything together. Who else has joined? Pavian is from the Czech Republic. Hey, that's awesome. We are basically neighbors, I would say. Illuminon is from Canada. Wow, that's also nice. Is it true that Affinity Photo edits all layers in a non-destructive manner? That depends on how you edit the layers, of course. So for example, if you paint on a pixel layer, or if you like apply a filter like blur or sharpening or something, that is going to be destructive. But you have all these adjustments here. These are non-destructive. You have the live filters over here. These are also non-destructive. But of course you can do destructive stuff still if you want to. Also, the smart objects are not as sophisticated as in Photoshop, and also you can save an Affinity Photo as a Photoshop file, but of course Photoshop works different, so a lot of things don't work, especially smart objects, because they were completely different as far as I know in Photoshop. So and a lot of this warping and stuff doesn't work as a smart object either in Affinity Photo, so it's limited. You have to try it out, but you can download a demo. I think it's 30 days long. So yeah, gives you good amount of time. Elrix, also from Czech Republic. Hi, thank you very much for joining today. Okay, what do you think about masking with curves, which you can edit afterwards? Also good if that's what you want to do, and especially if you're good with curves. Not everybody is. If you're good and quick with drawing curves, then that is super good. If not, that might be a problem, right? Okay, so the next thing we need to do here is to again create a little mask here. 1 second on the inside. Boom, there we go. Expand this again a little bit, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go like this. And then I'm creating a pixel layer. Let's call this what was it called? Let's gate shine. There we go. And then I'm simply going to paint this maybe with a color, so we can change the color afterwards. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay with a pink here. Let's go like this. All right. Good. Okay, so now we have to turn everything into night. Let me see the composition again. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, cool. So we're going to create a rectangle here. Oh, there we have a little bit of stuff. Is this from the dude? No, that's not from the dude. What is this? That is a part of this, I guess. Let me see. Let's go to black here. No. Yes. Okay. That was a bit of the gate. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here is basically I'm going to change this to a dark blue, like so. And then I'm going to, let's see, maybe multiply. That looks pretty okay, but it's way too dark. We don't want that. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit brighter here. How about this? Too bright? Let's duplicate this. And then let's change this tone a little bit. Okay. Let's reduce this a bit. And then we need to reduce this a bit. And this one is not exactly great. Yeah, maybe like this. Okay, so this is kind of a night look here, but I want to have some like brighter parts here. I'm gonna duplicate this again. And then make this more like a yellow. And maybe set this to lighten. Let's see how far we can get with this. How about we set this to screen? Doesn't do a difference. Set it to add. Doesn't do a difference either. Okay, interesting. I just want the brighter parts to be like different, right? Brighter. And also maybe a different color. Yeah, let's go like this. That's good enough. Let's save this real quick. So let's call this path live edit. There we go. Okay, so until now, everything still doesn't look so great. Let's pull this down here. We have to make the gate brighter though. So this is too dark now. Curves adjustment. Let's bring this in here. Maybe like so. Let's see if we can make this brighter. Yeah, that is nice. So we see that there is a gate, and then now this part comes in. Let's create an outer glow here. Let's set this maybe to 400. It's maybe a little bit hard. Let's go like this, and then we also want to have this in pink. Nice. Okay, good. All right. The guy, you can see the guy is a little bit too crisp right now. So for the guy, what we need is an inner glow. So we have, you can see this is kind of overlapping him a little bit. Let's also give him kind of a pink glow here. Maybe reduce the opacity, make the radius stronger. That's pretty cool. All right. So that's already pretty nice. You can see here we have our tree. we need to work a little bit more on the darkness with the tree. So because the visibility of the tree is not great right now, but we still have to create a path. So where do we have materials is here. So this is our path that we're gonna put down here. As you can see, maybe I make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, looks good. Let's go to rasterize and trim here. And then I'm simply going to delete, that was wrong. Going to delete everything I don't need. Let's go like this. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Also over here, over there, and then let's go here like this. Good. And now that we are a little bit closer here, we're going to zoom in. You can see here we have nice grass. And then we are just gonna maybe not reduce too much from it. Let me see. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Can actually leave a fair part of that grass standing, right? That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Okay, cool. Maybe make the path a little bit brighter. Let's make here a new layer. Let's call this path light. And then I'm gonna use my brush. Make that smaller. Why is the... 1 second. Let's set this to screen or lighten. Let's try lighten. Maybe also pink. Paint here a little bit like so. Just like a squiggly line. Over to here. Bit more. Alright. Let's blur this. And then one second. Let's set this to screen from the stroke. Is this getting brighter or not? So that's too much. That's actually pretty cool. Let's blur this a little bit more. And then this is now a little bit too bright. Let's go here to normal again. Reduce this in brightness. Reduce the opacity. Make this a little bit bigger. No, that was terrible. Maybe I just use the eraser here. Duplicate this. And then, where's the eraser? There. Okay. Not too bad. Did I delete the wrong thing? No. There we go. Okay, cool. 1 second. Does this work? Yeah, let's leave it. Okay, we need to do some more stuff here. Let's have a look at the chat real quick. Wow, a lot of stuff going on. Stream watched by 17 people and 3 of them are from Czech Republic. Yeah, that's amazing. I hope more people are joining. I don't know why it's at just 20. Last time it was like 100 or something. So maybe because of the time. Hey Olivia, thanks for your great videos. Thank you very much, Tim. That's awesome. really happy when people enjoy the videos. Until the end of June, Affinity has 90 days of trial. Oh, that's awesome. 3 months. That is awesome. That is pretty good. I'm liking the early time. Yeah, that's good. I mean, especially here in Bangkok, it's good because here it's like late at night. I'm not sure where you are right now. Not saying you should change the time, of course. I mean, it's always like difficult to find the right time to stream, right? Because there's always people who are for whom it is too early or too late. Hi Nerf, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Please let us know where you're from. Jose says, Jasu says, I like this. Thank you very much. It's awesome. Algarve, Portugal. Oh, that's awesome. Great, transforming from day to night. Thank you very much. Just to edit, I mean, okay. Michael says, smart object in IP when opening PSD files with the IP. So SO is imported and you're, smart object is imported and you're able to edit. Does it work 100%, really? I mean, Photoshop can do a lot of things inside of smart objects that probably Affinity Photo can't do, like non-destructive things, right? Warping around, like stuff, such that, like that. Convert layer to smart object. No, there's not, but you can embed. Affinity Photo files, and then you have like a full file with all the abilities of Affinity Photo in there. So that's pretty useful, and that's basically working like a smart object, right? All right, let's have a look here to progress with this. I want to add some more stuff here. Let's make a new layer here, and then I'm going to use a normal brush, and we are going to go in the settings here. First of all, let's make the hardness stronger. Make this white so we're seeing what's going on. We don't see what's going on. Oh, that's because of the opacity. Sorry. There we go, that is better. Okay, so let's make a bigger spacing here, like so. Let's make it very big. Okay, dynamic. We want to have a size jitter. Then we want to have a scatter, like so and so. And then rotation jitter we don't need. Hardness jitter, shape jitter, hue jitter, we don't need any of that. Luminosity jitter, that sounds good. Let's do that. So all of these are random. Size jitter also random, please. Okay, good. Okay, so what I want to do here, let's go a little bit smaller here, is to just, let's try this. Just paint over this. That looks terrible. Okay. Let's make the spacing even bigger. Scattering. Can we do the scattering bigger? 800%? No, 400 is the maximum. I wish there were some more possibilities here. But we can like just, I mean, is it really? There's nothing better? Like this is super close to each other. That is not great. And if I make this bigger, then the dots are gonna be huge, right? That's probably because of the high resolution. So I guess I have to just click individually, randomly into the picture. Let's do that. Some are darker, some are brighter. Some of them are way too big, but let's still see how good that looks, right? I guess I have to do this again. Okay, let's set this to screen. And then let's blur this. And then, let's try if we have an outer glow. How does that look? Not great. Okay, good. So we have tested that. Let's duplicate this. And now I'm kind of Yeah, I should have made these in color, but they are too big anyway. So let's restart this, make a new layer. Let's make them in a light blue, for example, like this. Actually, maybe just make some down here, right? So how do we call them? What are they called? Let's just call them pixies. I don't know what they're called. Let's just make some dots down here. Okay, this is not working. 1 second. This is probably because of the luminosity jitter. Yeah, that's better. And then I feel like some of them are still way too big. Let's put some further distance up here. Okay, let's screen. Then blur. Then duplicate. Still doesn't look very good. Okay, let's blur this again. And blur this a little bit less. No, doesn't. It looks like crap. Okay. 1 second, 1 second. Let's make the size dynamic here a little bit less because that is way too big. And then let's see. No. Let's make this still smaller. Yeah. Why is the values? I'm not happy with the values. Like this, the spacing is at 200%. Why can't I set it to 500% if I want to? Why isn't that my choice? Right? I wanted to have some of these glowing lights here, but somehow they don't look very good. Maybe make this a little bit darker. Okay. Good. Let's set this to screen. Am I crazy right now? Ooh, I painted on the wrong layer. That's not good. Wait a second. Okay, I have to undo this real quick. Okay, good, good, good. Let's delete the stuff here, and then I have to do this again. Sorry, I didn't pay attention. So let's... Are you kidding me right now? There we go. Let's just put a bunch of them down here. And then increasingly less the higher we go. That I feel is a lot better. Okay, this is already on screen. Let's set this to blur. maybe not that strong. There we go. Let's do this again. Duplicate. And then maybe duplicate again. And then we want to have an outer glow. Maybe turn off the thing here. Can you see that actually on the screen? Inner glow. Center. Should make everything a little bit bigger. Okay. Could be better, but it's not too bad. Or should I leave that out maybe? I don't know. You tell me. Let's duplicate this here real quick. That's not what I want. 1 second. I will need to select here this again. Make this a bit bigger again. 4 pixels. Bring this on top here. And then let me see. Let's take a brush for dry media. Let's go maybe like this. No. 1 second. Just want to give this a little bit more structure here, maybe. Oh. All right. Okay, let's have a look at the chat real quick, and then how long have we streamed? 46 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up real quick. Add a bit of motion blur might work for the dots. That is a great idea. Let's do that. Where are the dots? There we go. These are the dots. Motion blur. Where do we have that? Here, motion blur. I would say upwards, right? Or should we? I mean, it's pretty cool. Let's apply this. And then I could maybe pull this down like so. Should we do it like this so they are kind of rising upwards? Or leave that in the middle, like so. But that's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Let's do it like that, where they go upwards. Okay, let's talk about the light here a little bit. Let's go here, make my good old dodge and burn layer here. And then we need a nice brush, which should be a normal brush, of course, basic round brush color. We're gonna open this up. Okay, so now what we need is to figure out a little bit on how to make the tree more visible, right? So let's work a little bit on that. First of all, wait a second, we need to set this to soft light. Yes, so let's, whoa, what's happening? Sorry. Let's reduce this here in opacity, undo this. Then I just want to make the sides a little bit darker here. And also up here. Okay, good. So the next thing we need, and there I actually want to like have a look at the original tree a little bit closer, because we're gonna probably use a bit of a selection here. One moment. Let's maybe start down here, go over here. Maybe I'm doing this with a like an extra layer. Where's my selection? Oh, there we go. Okay, 1 second. So this is one side, and then we need to go to add, so we're not going to lose this selection. Let's have a look here. Where's the tree? This is the tree. Okay. We also have these structures here that might be a little bit of a problem, but we can face that when we are in that situation. Let's add this here. Just go like this. The only thing I want to do is to add a little bit of light behind the tree so that we can see the tree stem a little bit better, right? So that's the idea of what I'm doing right now. It's like just to finish up the composition, make everything a little bit more interesting, right? Okay, so we have this. Let's make the gate visible again. Where is it? There it is. Okay, and then let's make here a layer in between. Behind tree glow. There we go. Okay, so let's see how good that works. Maybe also, should we do this in a bright blue or some other color? Actually, this is not too bad. Let's just go with this color here. I will make a second layer. Do the same thing again. Okay. Just so we have a little bit of variety. So this is when it's darker and this is when it's brighter. You can put both in a group. Then we can actually, let's try to blur this a little bit. Just to make it a little bit softer around the edge here. Sorry, I'm talking very quiet here. All right. Let's make a recolor adjustment in here. So you can see we can simply like play around with the colors. But I think like blue is good because we already have blue in our picture. Although something looks a little bit strange. Maybe that's a bit too bright. Wait a second. when I bring one in a little bit and then we blur this more. So we have a little bit of light that's kind of bending around the tree, right? Okay. So like this, and then let's go down here. This is the walkway. We don't need to make this darker. Let's go like here. Maybe not on that side. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to our dodge and burn layer. Maybe I make a second one. 1 second. Dodge and burn 2. I always try to keep things a little bit safe, right? So I can go back if I'm not happy after all. Okay, and then I'm just going here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. That's too small. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm still, as you see, I'm still using the same good old going down up to the tools kind of thing. I just like, I don't know, it's just the way I like to use the tools. So I'm just like making some areas darker, other areas brighter. So right now I'm just working on the darker areas, right? So now we can go over here and you can see if we make some areas a little bit brighter. So let's have a look here. You see? It's like you mostly see it afterwards when you like in the process. This dodge and burn is kind of a little bit hard to see, but then afterwards you see it a lot better. See? Like that. And then we can actually go in here and then let's go to curves. Blow this up a lot. Work a little bit with the colors here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to invert this layer. And now I can go in here and I can use again my colors, because now everything is invisible. I can go in here and I can basically paint that in again. Okay, so you can see I now have this brightness just at the areas where I want it to be, right? So that's easy. And now we make a second one. So wait a minute, we call this curve light. And then we make a second one, curve, there we go. And we're gonna call this curve shadow. Curve shadow, there we go, where I'm going to pull everything down like so. And then also make everything a bit more blue. Let's go like this. That looks pretty good. Select, layer invert again like this. And then I go in here, and now I can again paint this in wherever I feel like it should be. I want to have this actually a little bit stronger. Let's go to 50% here. And so now I can paint this in on certain areas where I feel like maybe those should be a little bit darker. And so it can like fill in, basically, paint in the line situation I want to have. So, and then this is basically the last step. Like you can do a lot more, but because this is like a live edit, should be a little bit quicker. I'm not gonna do like the complete super finished edit. There we did a little bit too much. Or you can fix this by simply going to color black, and then you can paint this out again in the areas where you don't want to have that. Let's go to white again. Make this brush here a little bit bigger in these areas. All right, so now you can see we can make certain areas darker or brighter. I feel like maybe that's a little bit too much. Then you can reduce the opacity. You see this also as an effect. So there, this effect is still there, but it's less strongly applied. Yeah, so that's that. I'm still feeling kind of iffy about these glowing balls. They kind of look still not that great. Maybe I don't use the ones here, and then I just make let's go in here. Are these blurred? Yes. Let's turn it off. And then we're just gonna use this. Inner glow. Open that up. Intensity. Center. Why doesn't this do anything? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Let's go like this. Outer glow again. Okay, that's maybe a nicer glow effect. Okay, one last touch, and then we're gonna finish this because I don't want to make this too long. Grow. Okay, let's go here. Let's see if we can do a dodge and burn for the gate. Set this to soft light. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit better. Let's bring back the 1 second, the selection. Give me a second layer and dark pink here. This is now a little bit, is it like strange? No. Okay. This is the pink, okay. Sorry. Nah, good enough. Okay, that's it. That's it. Good, there we have it. That's the edit for tonight. Yeah, it could be more. We can spend some more time on that, but it's kind of nice. Let me try one last thing here. Let's make a rectangle here over everything, including the gate, basically, like so. Or maybe up here. Let's see, just like as a last thing. Let's set this to soft light. And then where do I have my swatches? Up here. Ooh, okay. Oh, these are the sunset swatches. Oh, I don't have the other ones. Interesting. Okay, we can work with that, no problem. I just want to have a look at that real quick. Yeah. That's not it. I mean, they... Ooh. Okay. Let's maybe bring this down here after all. No, but this is taking away too much, maybe, right? I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it loses the effect of the things that I've put in there, right? Let's play around with the other ones. That's too much, that's too much. That's kind of cool. It's getting too dark, right? There's some cool stuff in here. That would be nice. It would be like lighter. Yeah, there's always some kind of fun thing you can do here. Maybe if we turn this upside down. Okay, let's go with that. Boom. Let's save this. That's it. Okay, let's do the review of the. Are there still people here? Wow, a lot of people left. What the hell? What's going on here? So we're 134. Maybe I put too much time into playing around. So let's read the comments real quick. Message retracted. I checked it right before a second. A bit of motion blur might be... Okay, I've read that. ST? What is ST? TU? What does that mean? I don't know. David says, did the motion blur change when you move the image? Or is it just my imagination? The motion blur? No, it's still here. It's maybe a little bit weaker because I changed some other effects. We could like double that, but I actually don't know where that is. Might be this one. Nope, it's the one below. Yes. You see, when you duplicate that, you can make that stronger, like so. Yeah, let's keep it. That's good. Okay, let's save this. What else? I think the problem with the particles is that they are not, they have no perspective. Try to put smaller dots behind and a few big ones in the front. Yeah, that's also true. That is also true. That they like, yeah, should be getting smaller with perspective, right? That's actually a great point. I mean, let's give this a very short try here. I will put them in a group and then duplicate the group real quick, like so. Turn one off, rasterize the other, like this, and then set this to screen again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the perspective tool, maybe. Let's see if we can actually do it as I imagine we do that. Does this make them bigger? Because they... No, I thought we can skew them, but that's not... That is not what's happening right now. Okay, I thought this would work a little bit different. Wait a second, I think I have to bring this closer together. Like so, on a straight path. And then simply bring these also on a straight path further away. But now they look like... I know what you mean. It's like I would have to do that again. So that's probably not... Like, let's do the review, right? So now they're kind of getting stretched side to side, so that's not ideal. And I know what you mean, just like paint them in with a brush and make them bigger. And now they're just getting ellipse shaped, so that's not great. Let's cancel this. Is there one individual? Let's duplicate this again. Rasterize. Set to screen. Then I will just pull this one here. Let's just take this guy here, copy this to a new layer. Then we're gonna delete the other layer. Bloop, like this. And so now basically I should have an individual one. Yes. And we basically can make this one bigger. Why can't I select this one? Come on, give me that one. No, doesn't want to. Let's make a copy of this one. Come on, let's lock this layer. Okay. And then let's make this very small. Bring this over here. I think this is not going to work what I'm trying to do now, but let's just, for the fun of it, put some very small ones over here. And then put some bigger ones over here. Are you kidding me right now with this? There we go. All right. Oh, come on. There we go. You are right. This looks a lot better. Pretty cool. Maybe that one here is a little bit... What is there in the way again? What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, Affinity Photo, come on. Is this the one that I want? I just want to move that one, but I can't find it right now. Anyways, I think this looks a lot better. Thank you very much for that advice. Let's save this and let's quit this. And then let's go to the review, right, of the pictures. So that was pretty cool. Oh, having some coffee. There we go. Let's go to the review. So not too many entries. I will reload this real quick, but maybe someone has posted something in between. There we go. So this is the first one from Jean-Loup, by the way. Let's see. So we have this and then also that as the source picture. So that's an interesting like interpretation of the idea of path, basically the life path, as we also have here as a text in the picture, from the baby to the old man with a little bit of sand falling on the nose. So that's a pretty cool idea. That is very nice, actually. Very creative. Thank you very much, Jean-Loup. The editing, of course, could be like a little bit better. As you can see here, like these lines, like the glass doesn't really add up here. But as a fun little edit, as just an idea to give, to push out there. Like I said, it's always like, this is a good exercise for creativity, just to make these kind of, let's say, doodles, composite doodles. They don't have to be perfect or finished in any way. It's just like to build up your imagination, create some ideas, and get into this kind of flow of like the creative process, right? So this is also why doodling is really good. So if you want to train your how can I say, your creativity and also your visual like inner eye on how to imagine things, it's a good exercise to, for example, just when you have some time, take a piece of paper, imagine objects, any kind of objects, a webcam, a coffee cup, a car, any kind of thing, and just draw it with simple lines very quickly. Just a small drawing, not very complex, very, very simple. Just to, this gives you the ability to reduce things to the most important parts, and at the same time imagine them in your head, how they look, what kind of elements they have, what are they made of, like what makes a car, for example, compared to a pickup or compared to a bus, or compared, of course we know that, but when you think about it, and you think about the elements and you draw the elements, then it's still a lot of stuff that's in there, even though we just have this picture. But as long as it's just a picture in our head and we have never drawn that, we have never exercised that, it is still vague, right? So when you do this exercise, you get a better understanding of the different elements of what these things are made of, right? So that's a good exercise, and you can do the same thing with photocomposite, right? Here we have the source pictures. Oh, even with link, that's pretty awesome. Thank you very much for that, Jean-Loup. Pretty awesome. Let's go on to the next one by Arijit. So here we have the edit, and this is the original picture. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow, very nice. So we have a guy traveling with his motorcycle, and this is the original picture, also on a street. So you basically change the background to make this more aesthetic, basically, bring everything together. I like how the colors combine, that the guy has these kind of beige colors and then the bike has red colors, and in the background you also find these kind of red colors. So that's mixing together rather well. A little bit of like the perspective also is pretty nice on how he's sitting on the ground. You even included some shadows here, so that's pretty awesome. One little downside is you can see here that the camera is very close to the ground and the middle strip that we have here is very wide. And because of that, because everybody knows how that looks, how wide this strip should usually be, you get the idea that this guy is very small, right? Because of that. So either take a picture that is not that close to the ground, right? So the guy has a possibility to be bigger in the picture, has more room there. Or, I mean, that's basically the only thing you can do. You could, of course, cut out the stripe in the middle, make it smaller, and then replace the space with some tarmac from the pictures around. But then you would just end up with a super wide street. So that's probably not going to work. So probably just look for a picture where the perspective is still fitting, but you have a road that it has the same scale as our driver and his motorcycle, right? Otherwise, the edit is pretty cool. Maybe a little bit more ambient light on the picture. As you know, what I always do is I use the background picture, make an average blur so you get just one color of all the colors that are in there, and then just apply this with a soft light blend mode to the picture that you're putting into it, so it has the kind of same ambient light situation. And then you can use the opacity to adjust the strength of that ambient light, and you get all of the pixels of the picture of the layer you are editing, you are adding to the picture, get that kind of color, right, to it, adjusted to it, so everything in the picture has the same kind of colors in it, and that's creating a better harmony between the elements in there, right? Otherwise, pretty cool, very good edit. Thank you very much, Richard. Sorry, my wow, can't talk. Okay, there's the next one. This is by Marcus, and he posted multiple pictures, but now I'm just seeing one and no source picture. Sorry, I was commenting, please clean that up a little bit. Now we only have one. Am I missing something? No. Is there? Let me see. No, there's just this one picture. Okay, let's see if what we can see here. Oh, very nice. Okay. So maybe let's make this a little bit bigger here. There's also a text here. Way back home, all items from Pexel Pixabay. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, this is small. Can we make this a little bit bigger? I will zoom in here a little bit for you. There we go. So we have a train station basically, and there, if you can see that, and this is already the problem in the picture, you have here a woman sitting on a suitcase, right? And that's on its own is pretty awesome, but because she has the same color and the same brightness as the darkness, and the background already is on one hand dark, and on the second also complex because of all these columns and the metal frame structure that you have in here, she is camouflaged basically in the background. So that's the problem here with this edit. So I would suggest that you would, for example, place her here in the doorway, as I have done with my edit, where you have then the silhouette and you can clearly see the person because the person is separated from a very bright background and the person and the suitcase is being dark. Or maybe put her more over here where we also have a bright and empty background where it's also easy to see her. Of course, then you could end up maybe with the problem that she is too close to the edge of the picture, and that would look awkward. You could maybe also try to bring her further to the front, make her bigger in the picture, and then, as I have done in my picture, as you've seen with the edit, try to make the background a little bit brighter, right? So if she's darker, you make the background brighter to make a contrast, or if she would be bright, you make the background darker to create a contrast. As we have both seen in the edit I've done, right? So the silhouette is dark in a bright gate, and then we have a dark green tree trunk on a brighter background. I made this shine behind the tree so we can see the outline of the trunk a little bit better. And this is really important because, as you can see here, the person is just sinking into the background, right? Okay. Let's go on. Thank you very much, Markus, for the entry. Let's go on to the next one. This is by Johanna. Oh, and there we have a lot of pictures. And she's also saying something. Where now? What? It's called Where Now. Oh, okay, okay. Sometimes there are obstacles in our path. I wanted to create an image of a countryside walk with a bit of story about how walking down a path often doesn't go as planned. And then she, okay, then she explained, wow, she explains all the process in detail. Okay, pretty cool. Let's look at the picture itself. Oh, okay. So we have a super massive bull here. He looks like a big, how do I say, a big cookie. Okay, interesting. There's even a sign here that says public footpath. So there's some different story elements here with a bit of rainbow. We have some flowers on the side that also are guiding our vision. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. Let's have a look at the elements. So you can see here we have this meadow with the path. We have this sign. This actually says public footpath. I didn't expect that. The gate is individual from the background. That's good. Some flowers here, the bull, and then also some more flowers. And where are the yellow flowers, by the way? Can't see them. Maybe you ended up not using them. Anyways, so we have some very cool elements here. Nicely integrated. You have to look a little bit for the selection so you can see in a lot of parts here. Let's open this up in a new layer. Oh, this is pretty big. Okay, cool. So you can see here, for example, the selection on the side is getting rather blurry. So try to select this gate better. Like I've done in the editing you have just seen. You can use the selection tool, the lasso tool basically, as it's called in Photoshop. And in Affinity Photo, when you hold the shift key and then you click, you can make individual dots and it creates a straight line between the dots, which is perfect for a gate like this. And then if you, for example, work with a mask, you can afterwards also use your paintbrush with either black or white to hide things or make them visible by painting into the mask. Also in Affinity Photo, when you make a selection, even with the freehand selection tool or the lasso tool as it's known, you can still click on refine and use the refine tool to make the selection better. This is not just for the selection brush, right? Okay, so you can see here we have a lot of elements over here. Again, the selection needs to be a little bit better here. It's rather blurry. And also we have these like dark areas around that, the selection of the gate. And here we have some bright areas. And of course, when the background is a different brightness, you see this kind of edge a lot stronger. As you can see here, because the background is bright, you see the dark overlap here that is like too much. And over here you see the bright overlap, like where the selection is not on the subject. So try to make a sharper selection, crisper selection, and also more detailed selection for the background. Okay, but still for the elements, it's very nice that we have the rainbow that's going to the bull and the sign is going there, and then also the path and the flowers are even also guiding the eye, and the gate is also guiding the eye. So it's pretty nice. Everything is focused on this one situation, and then it is blocked by these I don't know, wood elements here. Maybe a little bit of a thing now that I think about it. I mean, also the bull is cool. He's also blocking the way. It looks like the gate is open and closed at the same time. So maybe something seems to be off here. Let's see at the source pictures. So maybe this isn't the gate. This is just like a complete, how do you say? What's that you put around your house? It's a... I can't remember the word right now. Sorry. Anyways. Okay, so the way is blocked after all. All right, so pretty cool. Very nice. Work a little better with the selection, but the rest, blending together the colors and everything, looks pretty nice. The rest is pretty cool. Just the selection quality can be better. All right, let's go to the next one here. Ooh, by Sharon. Oh, also a nice explanation here. Started with this picture, Started with this photo, cropped it, extended the canvas, and took a selection at the top image and stretched the trees, added a vertical motion blur and masked back some of the details at bottom, that added horizontal motion blur and masked out top parts of the path, changed the blend mode, finally added a point light effect. Let's have a look. Oh, that is a very nice effect. That looks really cool. Very artistic and creative. And this is the original picture here, also very nice picture. And you have cropped it in a square format, which is better, for example, for Instagram or some other social media formats. I really like how the blur really adds a lot of motion here, makes everything dreamy. At the same time, you, as you said, painted in some of the elements or like masked out some of the elements down here. So you can see the trunks better, you can see the path better going into that now very dreamy and motionful forest. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if you added two kinds of motion blur, because you have this one motion going up, but then it also looks like there is motion going sideways. Or is this maybe because of how the trees look here? But that's very interesting. Really like that kind of technique. Very different, very artistic, but why not? That's also good. It's much more abstract. But sometimes, I mean, in this case, with this kind of picture, you leave a lot more open to the imagination, and you have more like an artistic approach where you can sink into the like artistic dimensions of a work, right? It's not as visual and doesn't like explain everything to you through the work. The abstract element gives you more dimensions to just like pour yourself into the work as the viewer and imagine the things, right? So that's pretty cool. Very nice, like that. Okay, thank you very much, Sharon. Let's go on to the next one. Is this? Oh, you made a second one. Created a duplicate and merged the image. Let's have just a look at that. Usually just one entry, please. Oh, and you made a waterpaper effect. That's interesting. Watercolor Studio. What? Yixi Pix Watercolor Studio. I've never heard of that. So I will... it might be that is only for Photoshop though, because I think she's using... Is she using Photoshop or is that someone else? I'm not sure. Oh, this is for the App Store. So this is not for the computer at all. Ah, but the effect is pretty cool. The effect is very nice. That's amazing. I always wonder why they make this kind of very sophisticated software for tablets and phones, but then not for desktop use. That's always kind of a strange decision to me. But I will bookmark this and have a look at that later. Pretty cool. I don't think there's an app, like an Android version, but let's see. It's Apple. Okay, good. Anyways, pretty cool. Yeah, we have a little bit more here. That's good. So this is from Niels. He always does some great stuff. Oh, even with some lines here. Pretty cool. No source images in that case. What does he say? He says, "Hi everyone, the dark angel moves out." Ah, okay, so it's not an explanation of the work. Some Dali-inspired elements, I would say. Interesting. So is this kind of a gate to heaven? Like with that path? The pearly gate, basically? We have some demons here, though. Left and right of the gate. Some ghouls. Is it ghouls? No, gargoyles. Sorry, gargoyles. And then we have an angel here with dark wings and one with bright wings. And maybe God in the background. I'm not sure. Looks a little bit like that with the white hair and the white beard. So yeah, interesting. The dark angel moves out. Oh, okay. I think I know what that is. Okay. So where basically Lucifer is falling from grace. He was an angel in the past, and then he fell out of favor, and now he has another position down there, right? Okay, interesting. Very nice edit. Some of, the elements from the color, from the atmosphere, pretty nice. Really like it. Some of the elements are a little bit like have a little bit of a sticker quality, so they could be blended into the image a little bit better. Also from the positioning, like these gate elements. As you can see here, this is often a problem. Let's make this a little bit bigger. When you place elements at the side of a window, you see, sorry, at the edge of a picture, you always have this kind of strange effect here. You see, like it kind of looks, it looks unnatural, like it looks strange to have it like not distinctly overlapping, but kind of just on the edge, right? It's kind of, it has this kind of biting feeling also on the left side here. It's just on the edge. It overlaps, but just the minutes, like just a little bit, right? So either overlaps something distinctly, so they really overlap, or keep things inside of the picture and give it a little bit of distance. Like for example here, maybe have this gate start somewhere over here. So maybe where this where the stone of the gate is ending, maybe have it start here. You could make the gate a little bit smaller maybe for that purpose. And then you could maybe have you have this kind of fog here in the foreground. Move the fog out in from both sides into the picture. You can make this the stairway a little bit longer maybe, so the gate is a bit smaller, and then put everything the rest of the scene behind that, just to give it more space, more room to the sides, and not have this kind of strange feeling of the gate like just like clashing against the side of the window. The other parts are nice. There's a little bit of transparency that overlaps the dark angel here from the gate, so it looks like a little bit transparent. And the god figure is a little bit strange from how transparent he is, because like everything else is clearly visible, and then he is kind of transparent. That's a bit strange. Maybe, I mean, I understand that you want to blend him into the background, but maybe then have some fog down here, like you have here for the gate, also here where he rises out of the fog like a big genie or a big ghost or something, and it's not just like stuck there on the background. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go. Pretty cool work, really like it still, really awesome. And there you have some lines. I have to like write in a comment of your own work what these lines are doing right now, because I can't really see that they are following elements in the picture. Like I can see that here this follows the arm, and then the wing of the angel, and then the side of the book. But the elements themselves don't do that really, right? Because the arm is going actually upwards and the book is going inwards. You can see here that the middle of the book, so these lines are actually pointing back here to the sleeve of his other arm. And I mean, this is pointing downwards. This wing is going in that direction, but then, yeah, this, the elements would need to be a little bit different. Also over here, I don't understand what this line here is following. Like there is not any elements over here that are pointing towards that opening or towards that angel, right? So, not quite sure here. All right, anyways, let's go on. Here we have another one by Patrick. Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. By the way, I should look really quickly on the chat here. Oh, the chat says nothing. Okay. All right, let's go on here. Wow. This is the original. Lost Youth. Interesting. So we have a pathway that goes to a very dystopian factory scenery here, and a hand reaching out from that, a shadow hand reaching for the children. Really like the story. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then we have a lot of smoke in the background. Here we have the elements. Pretty cool. Very nice how you edited everything together. Like I like how the atmosphere of the children and the ground is fitting very well, I would say. That's pretty nice. One thing I would maybe adjust here is that the color of the background is very warm. Like a very nice, warm, kind of inviting orange. So I would maybe suggest to make this maybe a cool low how to say, low saturated blue, for example, something like that, to make it really more dystopian, or a green, or you can use this kind of beige but desaturated. We can actually look at that. Let's open this up real quick in Affinity Photo, just to like make the feeling of it more disturbing in the background, right? So let's create this here, and then let's see. I will make a selection here of that area. Let's just go like this with the upper area here. And then let's make an HSL adjustment here. So now you can see you can desaturate it. We can actually make it black and white. That would also be possible. Or let's go here for like a dark blue. Let's make it a little bit, whoops, a bit brighter maybe. The problem is when I make this brighter, then the background looks strange. So let's not do that. So you can see when you work with different colors, like you have this kind of eerie blue a little bit, or maybe also you can use kind of a green here or something. Just colors that don't feel like very good, right? Then it's more of a dystopian feeling. I actually like where this is getting black and white, so the colors getting sucked out of everything. You could actually also maybe do this down here for the shadow of the hand, where everything that's grabbed by the shadow is starting to become desaturated. Let's actually maybe, let me see. Let's take a brush here, make this brush a little bit smaller, of course. Opacity 100. And then, is this happening? Yes, okay. So I will simply paint this in here. I'm not sure if this is working right now. We need to make this a little bit bigger here. I think on the grass it's getting too dark. So maybe on the grass this would need to be like brighter than it is right now. But you can see, like, when you make it like this and you have this kind of hand, and everything that the hand touches is getting gray, and the background is also gray, that has more of a like a disturbing feeling compared to the feeling before, where it's kind of warm and inviting, right? So you can play with these elements, or like I said, maybe a nice cold blue or something. Different kinds of colors you can experiment with to see how that would look. Green might also be nice, although, like, you know, this kind of alien green or science fiction green, or so you can look at films and see what kind of colors they are using, for example. That's a good idea to learn from these kind of setup, right? If you look at, you can also look at movie scenes, like what is it called, Alien Prometheus, I think. Yeah. Reconnection. Okay. Well, I hope the stream didn't break. It's kind of, I don't know, the internet is like getting crazy right now. Sorry for that. But you can see here, for example, you can use it, you can look at these scenes and see what kind of colors they are using. So that's also a good kind of learning experience to see what kind of scenery, what kind of atmosphere and emotional expression is created by what kind of colors from these masters of the craft, right? So this is always good to do that. You can simply go in here and then, for example, color pick and see what kind of colors are that. And then you can like build up a repertoire and an understanding, and then use these colors for yourself, right? What's going on right now? I don't know. Maybe subscribers or such. Is there some pop-up here? Oh yeah, the follower. I don't know why this software is doing that, but sometimes when someone follows the channel, I also get a message about that. Anyways, there we go. I hope you have seen that. I hope it wasn't cut from the video, from the live stream. Okay, Let's go to the next one. What is this? Just trying out this composite project. My story is man's path to overcome the immense challenges this life brings. I was thinking of a cliff path with a man climbing to the top of the mountain. The enormous challenge, the rope, represents the path in the cliff as the man reaching out for it. A simple bird image is also used to draw the eye on the rope's path. I added some mist, clouds, birds and dirt to make the overall composite a bit believable. Thanks for this opportunity to learn and practice making composites. Okay, now I'm interested because I can't imagine what's going on here. And these are the pictures here. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, I know what you want to do, but it's like this is a good example of like I said, this kind of when I talk about readability, if you have objects that the outline of the object is like easy to understand when you look at that, and here for the position of the climber, it's really hard to understand what is going on. He is visually like from the lens and from the perspective, because in the first photo that you've used as a source, the camera is so close, and at the same time I think this is a wide angle lens, that you have a very strong skewing of the perspective. So the person looks very strange. You can see that the arm here and the hand is basically bigger than the rest of the person because it's so much closer to the camera. But in this kind of perspective, this wouldn't happen. So suddenly we have this little tiny man with this enormous, huge arm here reaching up, and this looks very strange, and you don't really know what is going on in that kind of situation. So you would want to find a photo where you have a situation where someone is hanging from a cliff and you can clearly see that this is what is going on. Let's go here, for example, for unsplash. Let's see if there's a cliff with 2F probably. Can we find something? Wait a second. Climber cliff. There we go. You see, with this picture, even though it is very small, you can see that you have a guy from the side. His arms are up and the legs, one is angled, one is straight. He's standing on the side of the cliff. Even in this very small image, you can see that, because this is something we are used to, and also the shape of the body is very easily read in this kind of situation, right? So I would rather suggest to use something like that to use a climber picture and then position him on the cliff in any way you want. Another thing here is that you can see, because of the fog down here, everything here is very bright. Also up here you have the clouds, everything is very bright again. And then first of all, the second rock you have here has kind of the same brightness as the background, so it doesn't really differentiate much from the foreground. So that's kind of hard to see. And then also, because there is so much brightness down here and not so much up here, you are rather drawn to this area down here, and you look at this kind of like rope here first. And it's kind of hard to see that guy anyways, right? He has a red shirt, so that is helping. If he wouldn't have that, he would be kind of like not visible in the picture. So I would start out maybe by drawing out different kind of situations or looking for different pictures on how this could look like. If you have a art pen or something like that that you can use, that's always good. Let's make a little canvas here, rotate that like so. But you can also simply just use your mouse for that and just make a small drawing. Let's see how good that is. That's a little bit too big from the... Let's make this a little bit sharper here, and also this a little bit smaller. And so then you can like start to draw out situations, like what could it look like? Let's say, for example, the cliff is coming down here like so, and going and ending down here, right? And then maybe we have like, I don't know, let's say we have here, should we put the climber up here maybe? I don't know. Let's say the climber is like this. There's the head. No. We need a like going like this. And then, I don't know, is he just hanging down maybe? He's kind of lost. Like so. You see, he's like hanging here. Okay. So then, like, you can make different sketches, right? So what else would we need? Maybe we need some like mountains here in the background to give us an idea on how big everything is, right? And wait, that looks a little bit stupid. Let's bring one mountain in here like this, and then we have another mountain over here, and then maybe we have a third mountain over this, like so. And you see like how you can paint this in and give a little bit of a plan to what you want to do, right, with that. So let's reduce the opacity, then you go in here, and you can, for example, start to block in a little bit like the brightness of the picture. Like say, okay, these mountains down here and everything of that is darker, and then we're getting much darker here still, like these mountains in the foreground getting darker, and this is also getting darker, like so. We are making here a little bit of a vignette also, like this, also maybe up here, and then maybe not up here. And so you can see now you get like it's not a good drawing or anything, but that's not the idea. The idea is that you get a little bit more of an idea of where is the brightness, where is the darkness, how is the composition, what kind of elements do I need, what is the story that I want to tell for my picture. And then when you have figured that out a little bit, then you can go further into the process of like finding the right pictures and creating your composition for that. Let's go here, make this a little bit darker, and this over here. Actually, sorry, let's go back here. And so you can see like how this is super easy to do, and at the same time it is very beneficial for your work to do that, just to give you a better idea before you get started on the different elements you want to use in your picture, right? So, and like I said, don't waste too much time on, oh, this has to be nice and it has to look good. Doesn't have to. It's just about that you can draw out in that way. Like you can say, okay, this is my first thing, so let's call this comp 1, and then you turn it off, and then you create the next version of that, right? You just draw out another thing where you think, hey, that could be a good idea, right? Of the same kind of thing. And so you can do like 5, 6, 7, 10 different sketches. You can see how fast that is, and like this is also a good way to train composition and figure out what kind of things could I do to create that, right? Let's quickly make a second one here before we go on. Sorry, just like very quickly here. So for example, we could do one where we have these... What is going on right now? Sorry. Need to have a new layer here. Let's make, for example, one where this is going like so, and then we have... let's say we have a second one like this. And then we have our climber kind of like wedged in between these things here, right? Like so. And you might have then the landscape more in the background or something like that. That could also be like a way. Or maybe where this is going downwards and getting much smaller here, right? Like, you know what I mean. Let's make some lines here that follow the surface of our stone here. You know? So that you have this guy a little bit wedged in between two, like he's inside of a cliff or something, you know? So there's a lot of different ways. You can see like this is one sketch, and you can do a ton of different sketches like this to just get out some different ideas, right? I don't know what else we could do right now. Yeah, let's go like this, and then make a little bit of an edge here, like so. And this goes down here, and then we make a mountain, and we make another mountain, and we make a third mountain, and then we have our guy, and he is kind of going along this path up here. Boom, there we go. See? So now we have one composition, two composition, three composition, right? Super easy. And then you get started, and like you get with every kind of sketch you do, you get a little bit better. And then you can search for the pictures and just build this up. So you can see this is super useful process to go like that. And you can actually do these doodles on your phone, on your tablet, on the go every time. You can do it on paper doodles, stuff like that. That is super helpful to get better with these kind of composition elements, to get these kind of things out there. What is the composition? Where are the brightnesses? So just paint it in black and white in gray values. That's good enough just to train the process, right? Okay, let's go on for the next one. Thank you very much. Marilyn. There we go. And so this is actually the last one already. Okay, cool. So this is from Peter. What do we have here? He also wrote a story. Onto the Stars. Okay, interesting. A little bit of sci-fi here. 24th week. This composition was created in lockdown in 2020. Oh, so this is an older work. Shuttle and Sky in Lumina 4. So Sky replacement, I guess. Text number, color grading in painting, and other adjustments to the challenge in AP. Okay, Affinity Photo. Photo my own shot with iPad Pro. Oh, wow, okay. A curved road and many guides, lines aimed directly at the main subject. Interesting. So yes, that is true. You can see here we have even text on the ground and everything. All these lines, the bridge, the building lines, everything is going back here to the start of our rocket. Oh, and actually has the number 24 on it for our challenge. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Very nice work. One thing, of course, again, ambient light is not 100% there, so the foreground is much brighter. It's different kind of daylight situation that you have here. You could actually use this with the daylight for your advantage, where, for example, you make these areas here and over here more blue, maybe a different blue than the sky, so it has a differentiation but a similar blue still, and then have some more orange here, and then again everything gets sucked more to the middle of the picture. Let's copy this over also again real quick, and then just make an overlay layer here. I will set this to soft light and just make this like very fast here. Let's select this as a color here, for example, like this. Where's my brush? Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Make the opacity lower. Hardness, yeah, make this a little bit softer. And then I will simply paint this in here a little bit, like so. Let's have some of these areas here a little bit darker, also here in the background, like this. Sorry, I'm talking low again. Quiet. Okay, let's pick some of the orange here. Put this a little bit maybe down here. Like I said, this is not 100%, it's like just a quick thing. And then, as you know, I'm a huge fan of vignettes, so let's put a little bit of a vignette in here. Actually, let's color pick this here, and then simply reduce the luminosity to make this darker. You can see here, over here you have all these sliders, also RGB, HSL. So L is luminosity. You can, without changing the hue, making a tone darker, like so. Super easy. And then let's make this bigger. Let's make this also more blurred a little bit. Bring this in here. Maybe make this even darker. Boom, there we go. Let's reduce this. First of all, maybe also, let's set this to multiply and then reduce this just to make this a little bit darker, like so. As you can see now, also these sides, on the sides, it's a little bit darker. So we have again more center focus because, well, the center here is a little bit brighter, and then also we have the sides blue. And so this guides the eye a little bit more to the center area. And like I said, you can do this a lot better. But just to show you, if with a little bit more ambient light and the light here also radiating out into the street here, everything connects together a little bit more, and you have more focus on this element here in the background, because before the bright background is taking a lot of attention, and now the attention is taking a little bit away from these elements, and everything is going more into that starting area here and your rocket in the background, right? All right. Okay, so that's basically it for today. Oh, there we have the starting picture. Oh, this is the iPad picture. I thought you also maybe shot the, but that's kind of impossible. You need a really good tele lens because you have to stand so far away from that starting. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope the stream is still on. I think it is. Oh, let's switch the scene over here. Oh, my eyes are very small again. Sorry. I'm tired again. I'm sorry. There we go. Let's have a look at the chat. All right. So there we go. That was it for today. We need to remove someone here. Hide this user from channel. Yes, please. Boom. Good night. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think this is my last stream from Thailand, basically, because next time I'm going to be again in Vienna, right? On the 27th, on the 25th, actually, I'm back in Vienna. So, yeah, the next stream will be from Vienna again in the usual time frame, 8 o'clock at night again. And I have my 2 screens then, so everything is going to be a little bit more relaxed with the setup. That's pretty good. And I also will see my cats again. Kind of missing my cats right now, but my mother is taking really good care of them. So yeah, hey, we are actually exactly at 2 hours, 2 minutes over. That's pretty good. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and see you soon in my next live stream, right? Or in my next tutorial. Sorry, they are also coming. Good. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Bye.